Okay, we're going to call to order the budget meeting for September 10th, 2021 at 5:01 p.m. Rita, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner White? Here. Commissioner Orthwhite?
Yes, here.
Vice Mayor Stanley?
Here.
And let the record show that Town Manager Dunham is also present, as is Town Attorney Nazaro and Police Chief Allen and myself. Absent with notice are Mayor Morgan and Commissioner Lyons.
Thank you, Rita. We're on to item 3, presentation of the proposed budget and proposed millage rate for fiscal year 2021-2022. Staff is going to give an explanation, discussion of the proposed millage rate as compared to the rollback rate.
Yes, sir. Okay, so there are just a couple sentences that I need to read. This document is the proposed fiscal plan for the operation of the town of Gulfstream during the next fiscal year or period. The budget is presented to the Town Commission in a format that substantially conforms to the standards of public financial presentations known as generally accepted accounting principles promulgated by the National Council of Government Accounting. And so I do need to explain the rollback rate. As you know, that's the rate established by the town that in any given year that will generate the same amount of ad valorem revenue as the previous year. And so I would ask you, if you could, turn to page 10. And it should be the millage rate comparisons. So I would ask you then to look at the bottom group, basically budget year 16-17 through budget year 21-22. And you can see at the bottom the millage rates. And the 16-17, 17-18, and 18-19, these were millage rates that were approved below the rollback rate. And then also on the third line of these groups, you see the operating tax revenue that millage rate provided for that year. So then you can look at budget year 19-20, 20-21, and 21-22. Those were all rollback rates. And if you look at the bottom, you can see what that millage rate was, 38, 37, and 36. But each year those provided, as you can see, again, in the third line, basically the same amount of ad valorem revenues. So there's not a lot that has changed since the last time we were before you, but there is one significant change that, where did Rebecca go? Oh. That is different from the budget that we brought before you in July, which had a total budget of $11,104,000. If you look on page 2, now our total budget is $7,251,000, and there's a good reason for that, and I'll let Rebecca come up and talk to you about that.
It's a very simple explanation.
Yes,
if you will remember, we had Rebecca Travis from Baxter and Woodman come and give us kind of an outline and a time frame for combining the core water main and street and stormwater improvements upgrades. And in Rebecca's timeline, it was found that there was just no way that we would be able to start construction in fiscal year 21-22. So construction, the actual construction part has been moved to fiscal year 22-23. And this is just, so this budget represents just the permitting and design portions of doing the core. So we're still on track to do the core all in one fell swoop. It's just that it's going to take a year for the planning and design and a year for the actual construction. Very simple. reason.
Yeah, so we just basically took the construction costs out of this next budget.
Correct.
So it's planning, design. You have to remember, we're going to be spending 3 months. We're going to have to do a request for qualifications to hire an engineering firm to do this, because the threshold for the amount of money on the construction, we passed the threshold. I believe it's $4 million, which required us to do that. And so that's what we'll be doing for the next 3 months.
Okay.
And so that's the biggest difference in here. And then Vice Mayor, you asked me to ask or to determine the COLA of 4%, and we've done that with the help of Renee. And so we're basically right in the middle. We have 10 cities that are higher than us. We have 12 that are lower. We have 8 cities that do just merit increases, 1.5 up to 6. One city does no COLA because they only have 2 part-time employees. That's Briny Breezes. And 2 cities that are still in the process. And then 1 is in union contract negotiations. So
Understood.
we're dead in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay, excellent. Thank you.
And so I think unless you have, nothing else has really changed from that. And again, our schedule for the CIP didn't change. I mean, but we did have to add three months to do the RFQ process. But that schedule really hasn't changed.
Correct. Comments from the commissioners on what the town manager has presented so far? Comments from the public?
No.
Public.
Nothing to say.
Anything else from staff?
No, sir. Rebecca?
I've seen-
Commissioner White?
I have a couple questions on the general fund revenues. There was the grant, the federal grant for about $250,000.
Yes.
So that is ARPA funds. We'll get our first distribution. I've already signed the contract. I've already applied to the state for the funds to come in. I think that we'll have them probably by December, but I have to account for them. And so we'll get half in this December, and we'll get the other half in the later half of 22. So it'll split between the 2 fiscal years.
And those will go into a designated fund balance for construction, right?
They will have to be designated for our infrastructure repairs and improvements. So we're just taking that money and moving it straight over into the next capital improvement phase.
Correct.
Okay.
Unexpected windfall.
And then again, finance and administration, a contingency for 1920, it was 84,000 approximately. 2021, it was 75,000, and projected for 21-22 is 361,000.
So the miscellaneous contingency fund serves 2 purposes. One is to take an account for any type of major natural disaster or unanticipated capital improvements that we may have to tackle that we just didn't see coming, right? If a hurricane comes and blows our roof off or something like that, right? And insurance doesn't cover it, even though it would. So that's what the miscellaneous contingency is. Now, you may remember when we began our CIP, we had our millage rate, and we said, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to try our very hardest to not increase our taxes through the next 10 years. So that year, that first base year had some capital expenditures in it that kind of padded our regular from year to year budget. So we based our capital improvement baseline off of that one first year. And so every year, if we have any extra money that I don't have a direct allocation for, I stick it into miscellaneous contingency, because that hopefully will roll right into fund balance at the end of the year. So construction years, I go into a deficit. Non-construction years, I kind of try to put some money back into the pot to keep our balance healthy. So that's what that weird miscellaneous contingent, I'll find a better name for it, I'm sorry.
It's basically planning for the future. So,
Okay. I think, I noticed that the legal funds for contracted legal services are still a little over $500,000. And
Mr. Nazaro?
We have one large case that's been
it's
sitting there,
still out
so
there.
we're under, and it goes into the special Rebecca rainy day fund.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's where we are because of that. So that's not something we spend annually though.
no,
And then it was very large last year because of AT&T and the settlement that was
Right.
contemplated as part of that.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we're moving on to item 4, adoption of the general fund tentative millage rate for fiscal year 2021, 2022.
We,
Uh,
the rollback.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
is she making a motion?
Oh,
She
go
is
ahead.
making a
Okay,
motion.
was.
Can she read those?
Yes.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
making
Okay,
that one
thank
right
you. Oh,
there.
that's really easy. I'm
21-4.
going, I made notes here. Recommend for approval of resolution 21-4, adopting tentative ad valorem tax rate for the fiscal year 2021 through 2022 at 3.6724.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwine,
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Next, we are on to item 5, adoption of the tentative budget for fiscal year 2021, 2022. This is in resolution 21-5.
So recommend approval of resolution number 21-5, adopting the general fund tentative budget of $5,926,859.
Second,
Rita, call roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwine,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. The second motion we need is for the enterprise fund, also known as the water fund, which is resolution 21-6.
Yeah, that's the third, that's recommend approval of resolution number 21-6, adopting the water fund tentative budget of $1,224,452 for fiscal year 2021-2022.
Next is approving the,
Does it need a second?
Oh, we need a second. We
Second.
need to go through everything.
yeah, so we're doing the enterprise fund and the penny sales tax fund. So we need a second on the enterprise fund, the water fund.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwine,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Next is the tentative budget for the penny sales tax fund.
Recommend approval of resolution number 21-7, adopting the penny sales tax fund of 100. This is that 100,000?
That's 100,000.
Okay, you're missing a zero here.
Am I?
Yeah, that's all
My
right.
goodness.
I figured it was 100,000 for fiscal year 2021-2022.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwine,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Next is setting the public hearing date for the final adoption of the millage rate and budget. I just want to confirm that that date is going to be September 22nd, 2021 at 5:01 PM. We need a motion to approve that date, meeting date.
Make a motion to approve our final budget on September 22nd, 2021 at 5:01.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwine,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Now that we've set the meeting date and adopted the tentative budgets for each of the 3 funds, we do have to have Ms. Taylor read in the 4 resolutions and then vote on those by separate motion. Ms. Taylor? Rita?
21-5, A resolution, the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, adopting the general fund tentative budget for the Town of Gulfstream General Fund for fiscal year commencing on October 1, 2021, ending on September 30th, 2022, providing for an effective date. Whereas the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, held a public hearing as required by Florida Statute 200.065. And whereas the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, set forth the appropriations and revenue estimate for the budget for fiscal year 2021-2022 in the amount of $5,926,859. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Florida, that Section 1, the fiscal year 2020-2021 general fund tentative budget be adopted. Section 2, this resolution shall take effect immediately upon its adoption and is passed and adopted at public hearing this 10th day of September 2021.
Just
Did
need,
you,
yep, she jumped on. It's
Yeah.
okay. I got it. We just need a motion to approve resolution 21-5, and then we'll do 21-4.
I'll recommend to approve resolution number 21-5.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwein,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes, now we're going to do have Rita read into the record to vote on resolution 21-4.
Here, do it.
Thank you. A resolution of the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, adopting the tentative levying of ad valorem taxes for the Town of Gulfstream General Fund for fiscal year commencing on October 1, 2021 and ending on September 30th, 2022, providing for an effective date. Whereas the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, on September 10th, 2021, adopted 2021-2022 fiscal year tentative millage rates following a public hearing as required by Florida Statute 200.065. And whereas the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, held a public hearing as required by Florida Statute 200.065. And whereas the gross taxable value for operating purposes not exempt from taxation within Palm Beach County has been certified by the county property appraiser to the Town Commission, the Town of Gulfstream, as $1,259,924,865. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Florida, that Section 1, the fiscal year 2021-2022 operating millage rate is 3.6724 mils, which is the rollback rate. Section 2, this resolution will take effect immediately upon its adoption, passed and adopted in public hearing this 10th day of September 2021.
Motion to approve resolution 21-4.
Move to approve resolution 21-4.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwein,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Now we're on to resolution 21-6.
A resolution of Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, adopting the water fund tentative budget for the Town of Gulfstream for the fiscal year commencing on October 1, 2021 and ending on September 30th, 2022, providing for an effective date. Whereas the Town Commission, the Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, held a public hearing as required by Florida Statute 200.065. And whereas Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, set forth the appropriations and revenue estimate for the budget for fiscal year 2021-2022 in the amount of $1,224,452. Now therefore be it resolved as Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Florida, that Section 1, the fiscal year 2021-2022 water fund tentative budget be adopted. Section 2, this resolution take effect immediately upon its adoption, passed and adopted at a public hearing this 10th day of September 2021.
Need a motion to approve 21-6.
I'll move to approve resolution number 21-6.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwyne.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Now on to resolution number 21-7.
A resolution of the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, adopting the penny sales tax fund tentative budget for the Town of Gulfstream for the fiscal year commencing on October 1, 2021, and ending on September 30th, 2022, providing for an effective date. Whereas the Town Commission, Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, held a public hearing as required by Florida Statute 200.065. And whereas the Town Commission, the Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, set forth the appropriations and revenue estimate for the budget for fiscal year 2020, 2021 in the amount of $100,000. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Commission, the Town of Gulfstream, Florida, that Section 1, the fiscal year 2021, 2022 penny sales tax tentative budget be adopted. Section 2, this resolution will take effect immediately upon its adoption, and it's passed and adopted at a public hearing this 10th day of September 2021.
Rita, can you, just before we make the motion, just reread as a correction that this is the revenue estimate for the budget for fiscal year 2021-2022, the amount of $100,000. I think there's a typo in the resolution.
It's, oh,
Which,
it should be 2021-2022 instead of 2020-20.
Right.
Here, it's right here. Yeah. It's right there. Just change the year up one. It should be 2021-22. That's all.
the Town Commission, the Town of Gulfstream, Palm Beach County, Florida, set forth the appropriations and revenue estimate for the budget for fiscal year 2020, it should be 2021, 2022 in the amount of $100,000.
Perfect.
Correct.
Correction.
Motion to approve resolution number 21-7 as amended.
You can keep. I'll move to approve resolution 21-7.
Second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwyne.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Any comments regarding this tentative budget meeting by staff before we close the meeting?
Yeah, can we, I think Rita read resolution 21/4, the
Yeah.
last whereas clause. Can we just get her to reread that? It should be 1 billion
Billion instead of 1 million.
instead of 1 million.
Yeah.
Just so the record's clear, even though we have it in the record. So Ms. Rita, if you don't mind rereading 21/4, the last whereas clause.
That's the third whereas.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's right there.
I got it right. I see this one.
Yeah.
Whereas the gross taxable value for operating purposes not exempt from taxation within Palm Beach County has been certified by the county property appraiser to the Town Commission of the Town of Gulfstream as $1,259,924,865.
Just need a motion to approve the amended reading of the resolution 21-4.
I'll move to approve the amended reading, please.
I second,
Rita, call the roll, please.
Commissioner White,
yes.
Commissioner Orthwyne,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stanley.
Yes.
Good job.
Anything else by staff before we close the meeting? Okay, the tentative budget meeting is now adjourned. Do you all need to change the tape? Okay. Or the